What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to EP09. Alright, look, I know I just finished saying it in my last video. I really don't do coverage of like these Instagram influencer type guys when it comes to the bodybuilding scene, but when you guys see what this guy can pull off, I think you'll understand. Look at this ridiculousness that this guy can do with his lats. Like, when I first saw this, seriously, I was like, what the f? Alright, seriously, I never even heard of this guy before, but his exploding, popping lat thing, whatever the hell it is that he is doing, is absolutely blowing up online here. Jake Leonard, known as the Lat Man, and as we can see, for damn good reason. 1.6 million followers on Instagram. Also a Gymshark athlete, not really any surprise there. This guy, of course, well known for his popping lat thing that he does here. I don't even know how to describe it. You know, it's absolutely crazy what this guy can do, but recently competed in a competition here. Jake, in his first competition at the Mid-American Winter Classic, actually taking third place here at his first show. So not bad overall for his first show. You know, when you really look at how he showed up here, conditioning was decent. Definitely needs more conditioning from the back, as you guys can see, hamstring, glutes, things like that. Decent definition in the quads, you know, decent separation in the midsection. Obviously, there's a lot more work to do. Another one of his signature moves there, the little run in place thing. But yeah, this guy actually did have something to say post-show. So Jake posted here, "This was my first shoe," assuming he meant show. "Lots of adrenaline, definitely did not practice a routine, haha. I have a lot to improve on, but glad I got up there. Plan to bring a great physique and way better posing coming into the next year." Well, all I can say is he better keep that signature move, and I'm sure that he does. Like I said, this is what this guy is known for. He's known for his dancing, he's known for his lat popping, he's known for this run in place thing that he does, and he's probably getting paid ridiculous amounts of money for it, honestly, you guys. But I mean, for some reason, it is, strangely impressive, you know? You don't see anybody else doing this really anywhere in bodybuilding. Of all my years of being a fan of bodybuilding, I have never seen somebody pull off a move like this, you know? And I don't know how old this guy is either. I'm assuming that he's in his early 20s, so look, he has a lot of room to make a ton of improvements here. And look, like it or not, you guys, this could be the future of our sport of bodybuilding. He is obviously a competitor. He wants to continue competing. And you know what? He does have a decent physique overall. He has good structure. You can see, obviously, we're not going to talk about the lats anymore, all right? Quads, decent size. You can see the structure, the frame. It's all there. A bit more mass. Well, actually, a lot more mass. And who knows? But like I said, you guys, this could very well be the future of the sport of bodybuilding. You guys let me know what you think about this. I just thought it was kind of interesting, kind of entertaining, kind of funny, you know, kind of unexplainable because I've never seen it before. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Or, you know, let me have it in the comments that I even subjected you guys to this kind of content. We'll see what happens. All right, moving right along here, can we please take a minute to appreciate the ridiculousness that is the back of Derek Lunsford. Derek posting this up today, getting in some off-season training in his new gym that he opened down in Florida, the Champs Elysium gym. Look, Derek is definitely not lacking in the back department. And you know, for those of you guys that have been following the sport for quite some time, the old saying used to go, you know, shows are won from the back. And that is definitely the area that anybody that stands next to Derek Lunsford knows. Chances are good, they are not going to defeat him in the back double bicep. Of course, he's got a good back lat spread as well. You know, the lower body separation, something that I think is not necessarily underrated, but maybe overshadowed by the fact that Derek has such a ridiculous back double bicep. It's absolutely world class. The best, I think, in the IFBB today. In case you guys missed it, Derek posting up recently his off-season physique update post-Olympia. And the fact of the matter is, Derek was off at the 2024 Mr. Olympia. Falling to third place, without a doubt, had a very, very hard toll on Derek mentally. I mean, he actually mentioned that in some of his post-Olympia interviews. But now, Derek has to look toward the future. And you know, Derek will be coming back for that Olympia title. And after seeing Samson Dauda, man, he must know that his work is absolutely cut out for him. But now, the field has changed for Derek Lunsford as well. He is going to have to find a new coach. I honestly think Derek knew quite some time ago who his new coach was going to be. Now, the question is, who will be that coach of former Mr. Olympia, Derek Lunsford? Open and 212. You guys got to remember, we're talking about the champ here. Now, if I recall correctly, I believe AJ Sims said that he was not going to be working with Open Pros anymore, but honestly, I think that would be the best pick for Derek Lunsford. AJ, very well known for getting competitors in very, very good condition. You guys might remember AJ Sims, the only coach really known for getting Hassan Mustafa in ridiculous shape here. Derek, also very, very entrenched in his religious values. AJ Sims is someone who is also very religious, so they would really work together well, I think, from that aspect. But given the fact that I'm pretty sure AJ Sims said that he was not working with any more Open Pros, we may not ever see it happen. I think AJ really could take Derek to new heights when it comes to that conditioning factor. There are certain areas that Derek really needs help with when it comes to really bringing in that definition, and we all know about these things at this point. The chest. We've never really seen the separation in the chest from Derek Lunsford. Some people say it was just a muscle maturity thing. I don't necessarily think that that's true. The arm separation, as you guys can see here, the separation of the biceps and the triceps, another area where Derek could really use some help. But it's funny because obviously you can see here, the glutes, no problem with separation in the lower body half from the back. Absolutely no problem whatsoever. But being able to bring that combination of being absolutely shredded with that definition and still bringing that roundness and fullness, definitely something that Derek needs to do if he ever has a chance of going after that Mr. Olympia title ever again. A lot of people say at this point that Derek doesn't even have a shot, especially after seeing Samson Dauda this year, who still can improve from a conditioning point himself. So, very interesting times ahead for Derek Lunsford. Regardless of who he does end up working with, the question is, does Derek compete before the Olympia? Typically you start working with a new coach. You want to do a couple of shows with that coach in order to really find out how he is going to respond to the coach's protocol. Hunter Labrada, perfect example, working with Ben Chow, doing 2 shows leading up to the Olympia, ended up figuring out their peak and did very well, continuing to work well together to this day. So will we see Derek Lunsford compete in 2025 outside of the Olympia? We know that Derek will not be competing at the Arnold Classic. Well, actually, you know what? I shouldn't even necessarily say that. Maybe Derek will be competing at the Arnold Classic and he just hadn't made an announcement at this point. I don't know if he's necessarily ready, but regardless, will we see Derek step on a stage outside of the Mr. Olympia in 2025? And if it's not AJ Sims, who would you guys like to see be Derek's next coach? You guys let me know what you think about that in the comments below. All right, we're going to round out this video with an update from our 2022 Olympia champion, Hadi Choopan. Hadi actually firing some shots at the judges here with a recent quote and what could be a recent update. You guys, it is so hard to tell if recent updates come out from Hadi throughout the year because, the guy just seems to always be in shape for one thing. So is this a recent update? I'm not sure, but the update is one thing. The physique is one thing, but the quote that Hadi has here, I am cut harder than a diamond, just as I cut my path like a diamond. The facts that the judge omitted. So assuming that Hadi is speaking of the Olympia judges here, the first thing that comes to mind is that this is not the way to gain favor with the Olympia judges. Having to say things like this, I don't know. Hadi is known for being maybe a little bit of a hothead. You guys might remember after the 2023 Olympia when he came second to Derek, kind of stormed off stage and ripped off that medal, Not something that really was well respected, I guess you would say, in the bodybuilding world at the time. And it seems that Hadi just kind of still has a chip on his shoulder after taking second place to Samson at this most recent Olympia. So Hadi Choopan believes that he brought enough conditioning to defeat Samson Dauda at the 2024 Mr. Olympia. Shout out to Superset Man for putting together this Blitz matchup. But you know what? I just don't think that that's the case. Hadi definitely was not at his best when it came to that Olympia stage. Good enough for second place. I definitely agree with that. But he just was not in his same condition that we're used to seeing from Hadi Choopan. A lot of people say that he lost a little bit of fullness as well in that process. Maybe he spilled over a little bit. Not exactly sure what happened with Hadi Choopan. But was he at his best? Was he at his rock hard, grainy conditioning that we're used to seeing from Hadi Choopan? The answer is that he was not. Now, I do think that Samson Dauda is going to be a very difficult champion to defeat at this point. But if there is anybody that can do it, I think that it is Hadi Choopan. But look, I want to know what you guys think about this in the comments below. The fact that Hadi thinks that he still was overlooked based on his conditioning factor, do you guys think that actually is the case? Or does Hadi just really have to get better when it comes to the next time we see him on a bodybuilding stage? But I'm going to wrap up the video right here. Appreciate you guys all tuning in again. Thank you very much for the support. Stay tuned for some upcoming episodes of the Bodybuilding Breakdown podcast. I'll be breaking down some of the top moments of the 2024 bodybuilding season. But I'm going to wrap up the video right there. Thank you guys for tuning into EP09. Be sure to like and subscribe.